feel like I'm going to succeed, I'm going to prosper, I'm going to excel in almost everything I do.
I've been taught to appreciate other people and other cultures.
I see a lot of inspiration around me, and I see role models everywhere.
I really want to go back and then help my country.
I'm really privileged and humbled to be in an academy like this.
The Aga Khan Academy in Mombasa is the first in a network of schools that's dramatically improving education in the developing world. With academies in Kenya, India and Mozambique, the network will eventually expand across 14 countries. Here, it doesn't matter where you're from or how much money you have.
Most people think about economic or social elitism as being associated with the school, but we believe we are far from that. We go out of our way to seek financial aid students, those who otherwise could not afford, but who demonstrate that intellectual capability and that leadership capability that they will ultimately benefit from a school like this one.
The Aga Khan Academies have a mandate to provide access to promising students. This academy in Mombasa actively recruits gifted and talented students living in underrepresented, marginalised communities and offers them the opportunity to receive an outstanding education at one of the best schools in Kenya. This is the first school in Kenya to be authorised to offer all 3 international baccalaureate programmes. Lovely comes from Kilifi County in Kenya. She used to study at a local school with limited facilities. Now she's a student at the academy, she's doing things she could never have done at her own school.
The moment I crossed that gate, I felt like my life is beginning in a new way. Because first I've been in a different environment with different people as in terms of how they talk, where they come from, their different cultures. And I also knew that I was going to change in terms of how I think, how I learn, how I speak, how I interact with different people.
There's all sorts of people from different socioeconomic, cultural, religious backgrounds interacting with one another, engaging with one another, and I think that really helps them when they go out in the outside world and become leaders of the future.
If she's talking to me, I see her that she's very confident. She has changed. We miss her, but we appreciate. Yeah, because we know she's doing something there. Yeah, about our future, about her future, about her brother's future, sister's future. Yeah, even the community as a whole.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to look at the pictures once again, Jeff.
The Academy casts a wide net for promising students, working in conjunction with the Aga Khan Foundation. The selection process seeks to find children who won't just complete the school's demanding international baccalaureate curriculum, it seeks students with strong leadership potential, students who'll strive to improve the societies in which they live.
That test, in a way, gives us some idea of how students are thinking, what they would do in a certain situation in terms of benefiting the community, what problems they can foresee in terms of developing a solution to the particular problem, and how they would overcome those difficulties.
Good.
This lycée is in Khorog, Tajikistan, a remote part of one of the poorest countries in the world. Educational facilities are limited by the school's geographical isolation. Every year, several students at the lycée receive assistance to go and study at the Aga Khan Academy in Mombasa. A similar programme is underway at the Aga Khan Academy in Hyderabad, where students from Afghanistan are being given this same opportunity. This family has a daughter in Mombasa.
I used to stereotype a lot back at home because of the closed environment I was in. I didn't get to know a lot about the outside world, but when I came here, I became a critical thinker. Every time I wouldn't accept information just the way it is, I'd analyze it and think about and make my own conclusions about it.
Сасец мама лапхах изменения, лапхахару мама мете дегаргуне, я дисхах самостоятельность яру мете вам отношения машка то я мете уже более взрослые чиза ман фикрет я снафа саранли я лапхах акледурсец.
The Mombasa Academy encourages students to maintain their local culture so they don't feel cut off when they return home. Events like this also enrich the lives of other students and show them something of Tajik culture. Amin is from Khorog too. He takes regular Russian language lessons, something he'll need when he returns to Central Asia. Here in Mombasa, he's learning new skills on the sports ground, as well as the classroom. And in his dorm room, he's mixing with people he would never have met in Tajikistan.
So if you want to say what's up, man, you say Vidze Baye.
My roommates are really friendly because every time when you ask them for help, they help you. If they need something, you help them if you can. And also, they're from different places, and the way their culture is, it's really different. But then we still do the same things and we respect each other.
Mary was one of the first selected to join the Aga Khan Academy. 6 years later, she's just got accepted to the University of Toronto on a full scholarship. Many more young people like her could benefit from the same opportunity.
I see myself as a leader in very many ways. When I come back after my education, I want to be able to improve the infrastructure in my community, for starters, because I believe the rural areas in Kenya have really been segregated from the economic development that is happening to the cities. The very act of me getting accepted to a university abroad means that the girls in my community can look at themselves and say, if Mary could do it, then I can too. So that's why this really changes my life and my community's life as a whole.
Pluralist, confident and accomplished in academic and non-academic activities, these are the students the Academy is creating. They're the leaders of tomorrow.
If we believe that we are all equal, then definitely we won't have any fights. And if we're taught to appreciate other cultures or the leaders or the law, then we'll have a peaceful world and a peaceful Kenya.
My name is Sheila Lirio Marcello.
My name is Arturo Kondo.
My name is Ida Augen.
Felix Maradiaga.
Sharmina Bechinoe.
Ruben Abraham.
I'm Lisa Witter.
My name is Len Kibayashi.
I'm Esteban Bullrich.
I'm Priv Bradu.
A young global leader is a bold, brave, action-oriented, entrepreneurial leader who decided to use their leadership talents to make the world a better place.
As a society, as a community, and as the world, we need to have difficult conversations if we are to overcome the problems.
For the first time, I can see that everybody from government and companies and social innovators are trying to bring new ideas into the table.
The YGL community offers a platform for young leaders to share their ideas and to agree on common values so they could be more effective on the work that we all do in trying to change the world.
It's simply one of the most remarkable groups of people that I've ever interacted with, and yet actually having their feet to the ground.
The community is made up of leaders from all walks of life. 50% are business leaders, we have societal leaders, social entrepreneurs, politicians, intellectual and academic leaders from over 70 different countries around the world. More than 42% of our community are women leaders. We bring them together to learn from one another, translate their success into global significance.
It's very important to learn from their expertise, to take help from them, to understand how they tackle issues in their own countries.
And I've learned from them that I should be taking a step back and looking at a big picture and seeing a way how I can contribute back to the society.
Things like Deworm the World, which has saved 41 million kids and kept them in school. I'm thinking of Global Dignity that was in 50 countries.
That has immense impact on the lives of literally hundreds of millions of people.
A group of us YGLs who are visiting a community in Lima of indigenous people from the Amazon to reimagine what a community looks like made out of Legos, to look at what are some of the things the community might need to help it thrive and have less violence.
They knew how to get this opportunity of us going there to persuade the politics to come and also to move the community to say what they wanted.
The World Economic Forum connects the work on the ground to the discussions that happen at high levels. It's so important that we remember why. It's about the people.
We are responsible for changing the world. We are responsible for making the world a better place for our kids.
That's something that I want to strive for and I want the world to strive for. It's hard, but I think if each of us can strive for that in our own way, that is really, really powerful.